So I got this question on my YouTube channel I wanted to try to address or answer. I'd be interested to hear your view on Trump's inaugural statement that he wants to take America to Mars, presumably at Elon's behest. Would you not agree the last thing we need is another multi-billion-dollar boondoggle to nowhere, while the problem of this country, namely inflation, are conveniently ignored? Yeah, no, we don't need any of that. But I think that I don't think Trump is about America, and America's not on Mars. But he's making it seem like this is about innovation, and I'm not saying maybe he doesn't, I mean, I believe he believes in innovation. No, but I think that what he's doing is, for 8 years now, people have continually mocked Trump, tried to kill Trump, written the most horrible things you could say about a person and their family, day in and day out, 24/7, especially when he was in office. Never stop, never stop, never stop. And many of these people that, then surrounded him at the very last minute. And so he wants it that way, though, because what they think, they're all very confident, if you notice. They're all very confident. We have Trump exactly where we want him. We have all of these people in place, and of course, like he always does, he just welcomes us in and gets up there and says how great we are and we love it. And Trump isn't going to be like the Democrats where he does a bunch of lawfare. He doesn't. He's more strategic than that. He'll take their money to help make America great again, and all the while they think they're so smart, well, he's setting up all the dominoes to fall. And while they're all set up, there's these times you see Trump and you see these people like Snoop Dogg was DJing at Trump's inaugural Eve party. Did anybody see that? Do people remember the video Snoop Dogg did in 2017, ripping all over Trump? And then at the end of his video, he holds up a gun to his head. It's like it's somebody who looks like Trump. He, holds up a gun to his head, a temple of his head. Yet that was Snoop Dogg in 2017, but was DJing, raving about Trump at his inaugural Eve. And all I could think when I saw that, I'm like, oh, you're his bitch. Yeah, Trump's telling him where to stand. Trump will make Elon Musk listen to YMCA about 300 times just because he knows it'll torture him. Because, Elon Musk loves that tectronic and electronic music, that crazy stuff that really, he loves that Burning Man music. It would be torturous for Elon. Remember, what was it, New Year's Eve? It looked like he was just like, oh, we're listening to this song again. Like, I'm sure he doesn't like any of that music because it's Burning Man is a whole different set of music, really. And yet he has to put this smile on like, oh, YMCA. And then you got Trump up there and it's like playing it over and over again. It's like torturing him. Like total, nails under the fingernails or whatever. And it's like he's just setting these people up where he wants them. I listened to a couple years ago this guy, Bob Woodward. He did, when Trump was in office the first time, this is an author, but he did all this audio book, like audio tapes with Trump, but just audio. And I thought it was interesting listening to Trump because he'd be like, hey, Bob, what do you think? You think my picture looks good here? What do you think of this? I think I should make my face bigger and, like totally arrogant and everything. Yeah, what do you think, Bob? Oh, yeah, acting like he's good for, okay. And Bob is doing this audio book and he's the audio that's telling you the story with these tapes that he's letting you listen to in the White House. And I'm like, this is Trump. But this is the Trump you see. Okay, because it's the brand Trump. It's the, because Trump is a brand. The name is a brand. And the reason I say that's a kind of an act you're seeing is because look at Trump's children. His children are wonderful people. I mean, he is too, because they are. So that whole showman, that's part of his show with the Trump name. Not that he's not proud of the Trump name, he is, but people are used to seeing that side of him. So listening to these Bob Woodward tapes, you know, in between, Bob Woodward gives these, well, Trump just thinks so highly of himself, and he doesn't seem to realize, and he has this monotone voice. He's like the most boringest person to listen to. So hearing Trump be like, hey, Bob, yeah, come on over here, and I'm going to have this statue of myself put in this corner, and then I thought about out on the lawn putting a, you know, I mean, it was just like over the top. I'm thinking, no, what, Trump? What? And I couldn't help but laugh. And Bob Woodward is just thinking, oh, this guy's a moron. Because when he would talk in between these audios, he'd be like, I don't think that Trump realizes that he's in the highest office of the of the country, and that he doesn't need to be focusing so much on his image. Or then Trump would be like, can you believe this, Bob? Look at what they're saying. What do you think about this stuff going on in Iran, Bob? And you could tell it's just, Trump is so acting. Because if that's truly who he is behind closed doors, his children would be so fucked up. They would be. His children, I mean, is there any of his children that people don't like? They're all wonderful people. Barron, Ivanka, Don Jr., Eric, they're wonderful people. Just listening to them, you can tell they're just down-to-earth, lovely people. If Trump was what you see on the stage, and I like seeing him on stage, I mean, because he talks about how much he loves America, but if you had heard these tapes, it's perfect for just pissing the liberals off, really. I forget, it's the Bob Woodward Trump tapes. And it's just like, no, this isn't Trump, because this man that I'm hearing, no way could produce these wonderful children. You know, if that's who he truly was, his children would be like Hunter Biden. His children are balanced, they're wonderful because he is. Behind closed doors, he's not who we'd see. And I don't think that's a bad thing. People are just used to seeing the brand. Everybody says Trump's never humble. No, I think Trump is actually a humble man. But there's the brand Trump. So I know I kind of went off a little long on that. But did people watch JD's swearing in? That was Trump's expression the entire time JD was being sworn in. It's just weird. It's this stone, cold face. And it's not because I think he's unhappy. Well, I mean, think about it. Who could be for 8 years, this man has been horribly attacked. His family has. They've tried to kill him. They've raked him through the coals. I mean, horrible what they've done. And then they all come and act like they're his good friends, and he welcomes them in, and so they think he's stupid. And that's what he wants them to think. He knows the American people see the truth. And that he's just setting up the playing cards. Because he won't do the Democrats' game of lawfare. He'll do, oh, yeah, you should go to Mars, Elon. You should go to Mars. You should do that. I think that's the part Trump supports, is a lot of people should maybe go to Mars. But I don't think Trump has got that first on his list. But he wants to make sure to make Elon think that Elon has control over Trump. Until that karma bites back. And then, of course, Trump did one of those like he did with Macron, where after Vance was done, shook his hand and pulled him in, like jerked him in and whispered something. Mm-hmm. But all that time, just this stone face. So it's like, I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. And then there was this. Trump and Melania, they look like they're at a funeral. Melania looks like badass gangster, doesn't she? They're beautiful, don't get me wrong. I just wouldn't have expected to see those colors more at work.